Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Project Saki devlog. You gave us feedback, and we listened. In the last video, we finally brought the tutorial sparring match to life, with real combat mechanics. But after releasing that video, we received a lot of really helpful comments for how we can improve our game. So for this devlog, we focused on improving the game based on that feedback, fixing some visual issues, adjusting combat, and continuing to build out the tutorial experience. From our buddy Hollow Knight Enjoyer, we were told to not use mixels. For anyone unfamiliar with it, mixels occur when pixel art elements are scaled inconsistently throughout the game, which makes the art not look so great. Sometimes it can go unnoticed, like it did for me until it was pointed out, but for some, it can really be an eyesore. Since we're trying to make a professional game that we hope to release to the public one day, this is something we wanted to take care of. Originally, I created the character sprites on a 32 by 32 canvas, but the environment sprites were made on a 16 by 16 canvas. When the characters didn't quite fit in the world, I scaled the character down to make it work, but doing this caused the pixels to overlap in inconsistent ways, which made the art look a little strange. So instead of shrinking the character, we decided to scale up the environment art, and we took advice from one of our playtesters, Astral, by reworking parts of the dojo, and honestly, this gave us a lot more room to work with. We increased the height of the dojo walls, added more detailed decor with more color around Sensei, and these changes helped the environment look more polished and visually consistent with the character sprites. From one of our playtesters, Gary Rain, we were told to give the opponent Gouta more accurate hitboxes and speed up the attacks. This was actually very helpful because we felt like Gouta's attacks sometimes felt a little clunky, so we made a few adjustments based on the given advice. We sped up his attack animation, and while attacking from start to finish, we made Gouta slightly get faster and faster, so that it became a little more challenging and added more tension to his attacks. We also made the hitboxes smaller because we noticed him attacking the player even from farther ranges. These changes made the fight feel much smoother and entertaining for the player. After that, we spent some time tackling bug fixes, and there were quite a few. One issue we discovered was that Gouta could actually take damage before the match even started. That meant players could defeat him before the sparring match even began, which completely broke the fight logic. So we added checks to prevent damage from being applied before the match officially starts. Another bug involved Gouta skipping his angry animation state. If the player spammed attacks on him, he could sometimes punch Saki twice in a row, instead of transitioning into his angry state. Interestingly though, this actually felt quite good. It ended up acting like a natural penalty for players who tried to spam attacks. Instead of removing it, we decided to keep this behavior because it encourages players to learn the fight pattern and play smarter. Sometimes, bugs turn into great features. We also fixed an issue where Gouta wasn't showing his damage or defeat animations after losing the match. Now when he loses, you can clearly see him take damage and faint. This gives Saki's victory a lot more impact. We still want to add an animation later where he gets back up after the fight, but for now, this works well. From there, we focused on expanding the tutorial experience. One new feature we added is a lose condition. If the player loses the match against Gouta, the fight will restart until the player wins. This helps the tutorial feel more like an actual game scenario, where players can retry and improve until they succeed. It also encourages the player to learn the mechanics and timing of the fight before progressing. After winning the sparring match, we wanted to continue teaching the players about interacting with the world, so we added a moment where players can approach Gouta after the match and talk to him. This introduces the idea that NPCs and other objects in the world can be interacted with whenever an interaction prompt appears above them. Finally, we added a reward for completing the tutorial. Once the player defeats Gouta and finishes the sparring match, Saki is promoted to a yellow belt. In the future, belt promotions will come with additional perks and progression systems. But for now, it serves as a nice milestone that marks the player's first achievement in the dojo. And that's everything. We made a lot of improvements this time around, from fixing pixel art scaling issues to improving combat feel, squashing bugs, and expanding the tutorial experience. And a lot of these improvements came directly from feedback from you all. So if you all have suggestions or ideas, we'd love to hear them. You can leave a comment below or join our Discord server to talk with us directly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next devlog.